Good morning. We're gonna do a what I eat in a day video today, and it's a regular old day. I'll take you through it all. And I just woke up and I'm thinking about what I want for breakfast, and I'm really in an egg ick again. Eggs aren't good right now. So I think I'm gonna make some protein pancakes, and they're made in the blender, so they're really, really easy to make, which is what I'm looking for this morning. They have a ton of protein in them too, because I add protein powder to it, and you wanna get ideally like 30 grams, 20 to 30 grams of protein in every meal, especially at breakfast. And I find that at breakfast time, it's like so hard to get 30 grams of protein, because I'm not craving like meat and eggs in the morning. It's like I like yogurt in the morning, and I like to hide protein in things, you know what I mean? So breakfast, in all honesty, has been tricky for me lately to get enough protein. But these protein pancakes are like so easy because you're hiding the protein in them. Anyway, let's get to these protein pancakes. I'm gonna heat up the water so I can start making my coffee, but I don't drink my coffee before I have breakfast. I'm just gonna start it because these pancakes are really quick and easy to make. So let's get right to it.
As I said, these protein pancakes are so simple and easy because you just mix everything in a blender. So I start with 2 eggs in the blender and then half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. I like to use the low-fat Greek yogurt because I want a little healthy fat in there, but not like overwhelming amount. So then 2/3 cup of milk. I'm using raw whole milk here, and 2 tablespoons pure maple syrup. Then I add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and it's time for the dry ingredients. I start with 2 cups of oats and time for the protein powder. This has been my favorite protein powder lately because it's protein beef isolate, meaning it doesn't have any dairy. It's not whey. So I use 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder from Equip Foods. They have so many yummy flavors, and you guys can get 15% off with code FRESH on their website. I'll link it below. I add 2 teaspoons baking powder and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then just blend it all up. It should look nice and creamy like this. And I put butter in my pan and a 1/4 cup of batter for each pancake. Once the pancakes are done, I like to top them with more butter and more syrup, and then whatever fruit I have on hand, like berries, bananas, mangoes, peaches, whatever. So I top these pancakes with some blueberries, and the best part about these pancakes is that you can make them in advance and then keep them in the freezer and then toast them as normal in like a toaster or your toaster oven, and it's a really quick and easy high-protein breakfast. Then I made my coffee. Here's a little cameo from my lovely husband, Jacob, getting in my way. We almost always make our coffee at home. It's like a little treat whenever we get coffee at a cute little shop or whatever, just outside of the house. But we've had this coffee grinder literally since we got married, like over 8 years ago. But I like to use my Chemex. It's glass and it's really easy cleanup, but we also love using our French press. And as always, I put some collagen, raw milk, and maple syrup into my coffee. As a snack, of course, I'm going to have skyr yogurt. It's my favorite go-to with some fruit on the side. Today, I had grapes. With that snack, I also made a quick little adrenal cocktail with coconut water, orange juice, and a pinch of sea salt to help support my adrenals. Next was lunch, and you guys, I've been so obsessed with this lunch lately, and it's like I'm in elementary school again, but oh my gosh, it's so simple and so good. So I'm back on my sourdough game, which is a big goal of mine to achieve. It's taken me literal years to figure out sourdough, and I finally have. So I sliced a little bit of my sourdough, and I put Dijon mustard on one side, butter on the other, and then a few slices of ham and these itty bitty delicious little pickles. I got all of this from Trader Joe's, and put that on one side, and that's it. It's so simple and so good. I know it's weird, but like literally try it. And then as a side, I made a quick raw carrot salad. Raw carrots are great for detoxing excess estrogen, and so all you do is shred up 1 carrot, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a pinch of salt, and mix that all together. I typically eat this with chopsticks just because it's easier. So here's my lunch. I added a blood orange and 2 little oysters, and with a cherry limeade poppy. My next snack was a cheese stick, of course, and a piece of fruit. I had a pear. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you're probably like, oh my gosh, this girl eats the same thing like every day. And you're right. it just changes with the season. So before I made dinner, I needed another little extra snack. So I made my favorite raw milk with an egg yolk, salt, and maple syrup. I blend it up with my little mixer and it's so good. You guys, this is one of my favorite dinners of all time. It's so good. So I got 2 wild caught salmon fillets from Trader Joe's, and these were really big, so I doubled this recipe so you can easily cut it in half. So you marinate the salmon in 2 tablespoons honey, 4 tablespoons soy sauce. I like to use either Bragg's Aminos or some gluten-free tamari, 2 teaspoons rice wine vinegar, 2 garlic cloves freshly minced, and 1 teaspoon ginger. You mix that all up and then lay the salmon fillets face down, and they don't have to marinate long. I cook them in the sauce anyway. So I'm going to use 1 cup of rice, and first I'm gonna rinse it. Rinse your rice about 5 times before you use it, or soak it for at least 30 minutes, but I didn't have 30 minutes, so I just rinsed it a few times. I added my water and salt and then a tablespoon-ish of coconut oil to make coconut rice. And now to prep the green beans. I cut the ends off of the green beans, and then it was time to put the salmon into the oven. I baked at 350 for about 10 to 13 minutes, depending on the size of the salmon fillets. To cook the green beans, I added coconut oil to my pan and some garlic, stirred that around a little bit, then added my ground ginger. And then I added my Bragg's coconut aminos, but again, you could use tamari or whatever you like. The green beans don't take long to cook. You just want them to be a nice bright green color and whatever the firmness that you like. So then it was time to plate. The rice I like to top with a little bit of extra sea salt, and these salmon fillets, ours were so huge again, so I cut mine in half, but this meal is again one of my absolute favorites. It's really quick and simple and delicious. All around, 10 out of 10. For dessert, I had a cup of hot chamomile tea that I added some collagen, raw milk, and honey to. I love ending the night with hot tea. There's something about it, especially in the winter, that just makes me so happy.